Hey, guys. Okay, so there's nobody in the chat yet. All right. Well, hello, good morning, lurkers, or whatever time it is you're lurking, and anybody who's watching later on. Okay, well, today I got some there's just so many crazy sickos out there besides myself. Why is this acting as if it's giving me this thing is acting? Oh, that's right, because I don't have anybody in my chat. All right, let me just turn that off then. Okay. All right. So, yeah, so today I have some very interesting people. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay. So, just trying to let my mods know I am live. So yeah, I didn't do that great a job doing that this morning. I had schoolwork and whatever else not. I hate not having my intro. Good morning, drunk baby. Bravo. First one in the chat. All right. Woo woo. Okay. And working and listening, I hear you. I really do hear you, because when I'm done here, I'll be working probably till tonight on some state work, getting ready for some. God, my coffee cup's stuck. Uh-oh. Give me a second. Uh-oh. Oh, thank God. I was like, oh shit, there's gonna be coffee everywhere. Yeah, so I am going to be okay, so our favorite mod won't, well, not favorite, our one of our best mods. Well, oh God, that sounded terrible. Didn't expect this. She didn't see the notification. So, okay, she can watch replay. All right, guys, so like I said, I have some interesting things. Apparently the chat's not chatting, but I also don't think anyone expected me to be here at 9. So anyway, I figured after us talking about it last night, I'd see how the morning went. Clearly, the morning's not going to go that good. But hey, I tried it out. Okay, so let's jump into this, because we've got some really crazy, sick people out there. Okay. She says, hey, I'm at the bus stop. Okay, don't cause any havoc. Okay. All right. So let's roll. All right. I hope the errands aren't at Walmart. Okay. You know how I feel. Okay, let's go. Oh, God, why do I have all this crap in here? Okay, wait. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll start with the one that starts with crazy. Okay. This is interesting. So let's cut into it. I started to see this a long time ago, and I never got to see it. I'll send pics. Thanks. Okay, so this is interesting. Very interesting. I like his beard like that. All right.
Subscribers, Mika Prince.
Hello.
She went in a Walgreens in Seattle, Washington, and she ends up getting accosted by a security guard.
You got to see this guy.
I'm stealing.
You got items on you, and I need those items.
This guy looks like he thinks he's special damn forces. Look at him. I have never in my life seen a security guard with all of this accessories. Jesus.
It was terrifying.
And the security guard for Walgreens has a pistol, extra mags, a taser, a pair of handcuffs in his hand, not one, but two body cams, not one, but two badges that look like police badges.
And one
including
is
this one, an actual police badge from New York.
I have a job to do. It's not personal.
It is personal.
First of all, tell me this. What the heck? You're all the way on the other side of the country. Why are you wearing an NYPD badge on your security uniform? They must talk about this guy behind his back like crazy at work. Tell me that they're not. My sound is off, guys. Oh, well, I paused it.
Because you're accusing me of
They
stealing.
watch you on camera.
They didn't see her do anything wrong on
Can
camera.
you
She
hear
hadn't
me?
stolen
Can
anything.
you
She was
hear
just
it?
waiting on a prescription.
So here's the deal, okay? I'm gonna work with you, okay? Stop
Hey,
walking away. Stop
how
walking
are
away.
you?
Or what?
You're gonna get detained, and you're gonna go to the ground.
And you're gonna get
It's
sued.
okay.
This was the fastest lawsuit that my attorney said he has ever filed.
This is just bullying, plain and simple. It's also assault.
What
He's
happened
nuts.
when the real cops got there? Can you sue a fake cop for a civil rights violation?
You can sue the.
Let's look at the footage first, and then I'll tell you.
First of all,
And
yeah,
also,
you can.
what is the deal with Walgreens? I found other
You can
instances.
also sue Walgreens.
It's actually pretty crazy.
Who would hire
This
this
footage was
guy?
sent in by Mika Prince. She said, "Hello, I'm wondering if you would."
Like, who would hire him? He is a walking lawsuit. Look at this guy. I mean, he really thinks, he's special forces. It's like he tried to get in the military, and he really wanted to, but he was either too pussy to go into the military because he, didn't want to really see any action, or they didn't take him because, the psych test and all. All right. This is ludicrous to me. Ludicrous.
Mind covering this video? I'm the one recording. Attached, you'll find a copy of the lawsuit that we filed. Thank you. I'm a huge fan. And this is what she said happened. So this particular Walgreens has two stories, and on the second story there's a pharmacy. The only exit is on the first story. I came in through the first story to pick up my prescription. I headed directly to the pharmacy upstairs after finding out my medication was not ready. I went back downstairs to head to my car to wait. This is when I was stopped by the security guard and was told to empty my pockets.
This guy thinks I'm stealing.
Oh my God, look at
I need
him.
those items back.
He's got
If you do
two
not give me those
bags.
items back, you're gonna be detained. You're gonna go to jail.
Don't touch me.
They seen you on camera.
See me on camera doing what?
I have a job to do. It's not personal.
It is personal because you're accusing me of
They
stealing.
watch you on camera.
Watch me on
They
camera.
watch you on camera.
Bring up the footage.
They're
then.
telling me right now that you
Bring
have
up
items
the
on you.
footage.
They're telling me right now you have the items.
Bring up the footage, please.
She
Oh,
told me that the
nobody's
manager had
telling
seen
her
me
him
stealing
anything.
upstairs on camera. Because of this, I turned around and agreed to go back upstairs, where he followed me up the escalator, calling me a thief and telling me to empty my pockets.
Please.
So here's the deal, okay? I'm gonna work with you, okay? If you
There's
give me the
no
item,
working.
this
Don't
is it.
touch
This is
me.
your only chance. This is your only
I
chance. okay?
literally.
This
Okay,
is
let's
your
talk to
only
the guy then.
chance.
Don't tell me what
Wow.
to do. Who
This
are
is
you? Look at these people accusing me of stealing from
Do not walk away
CVS.
from me,
I
nope.
came here to get
You're
one
not
Walgreens.
prescription.
You're gonna get detained.
I
Don't
don't
give
know what
CVS
the
the
hell
bad
you're talking
name.
about.
You have items
What
that
are you
belong to us.
talking about?
Oh, how embarrassing.
So who here called the police on me? Because
Nobody.
apparently, Okay, so
They're
why
saying you have
are
items on you, and I have to
What
check you.
items? I'm here
I
What
looking
is
for my
that?
alcohol
Oh,
prescription.
here's what I need. Okay, we can make a big deal if you want to.
Make
Here's
it
what
a
I'll do.
big deal.
For the
It's
camera.
either you're
Yep.
calling the police.
No, ma'am. That's not how it
Or-
works. You don't get to make the rules. You don't dictate what happens here, okay? So
Okay.
here's what's going to happen. Okay?
Oh
Whatever.
my God, I'm dead.
I'm
I'm
not showing you
literally.
shit because I don't have anything.
Then you're going to get
I
detained.
literally got off from
Then you're
work
going to
from
get detained.
Amazon.
And that's just how it works.
You're
I'm sorry.
accusing me.
Listen, I'm
God
not accusing
forbid.
you. They're accusing you. And I have to
Who's
talk-
they?
My manager, my superior is the
Bring
store
him down
manager.
here
Listen,
then. Show me the footage that
Here's
you
what-
guys
here's-
have been
okay,
stealing.
here's
If
what you need
they
to do.
were
I literally
Here's
really,
what you need to do. Here's
if
your-
they were really accusing him, his superior really would come down. That's, let's just say, it would happen. Okay. Okay, let's go.
Prescription.
Here are your
And you
choices.
guys are
Here are your choices.
accusing
Here
me
are
of
your
Yes.
choices.
stealing.
Yes,
Here are your
Axel.
choices.
That's what
You
I
need to
was
show me
thinking.
that there's nothing in your pockets.
Absolutely
You're saying that
not.
there's stuff
He's
in your
got
pockets.
two
Stop walking
mags on
away.
him.
Stop walking away.
Or what?
You're going to get detained. And you're going to go to the ground.
And you're gonna get
It's
sued.
okay.
So here we have a private security guard at a Walgreens. Although he's dressed like a police officer, he's not a police
Well,
officer.
he's not even
And
dressed
at
like
this
a
point,
police officer.
she understands that. So can this individual, not a police officer, not an employee of the state at all, can this person lawfully detain you
No.
under state law? You may not know this, but almost every state has it in their statutes somewhere that loss prevention
Yes, they can.
with some of these retailers, especially Walmart, you see this a lot, can legally detain you. And I looked up the law here, Washington State RCW 4.24.220 basically
But
says
you
if you
have to
try
have
to
done
sue the
something.
security guard or the company for unlawfully detaining you, it shall be a defense that the person was detained in a reasonable manner and for not more than a reasonable time to permit such investigation or questioning by a peace officer or by the owner of the mercantile establishment, his or her authorized employee or agent, and that such peace officer, owner, employee, or agent had reasonable grounds to believe that the person so detained was committing or attempting to commit larceny or shoplifting on such premises of such merchandise. If it would be reasonable to think that you were in the process of stealing something, they could lawfully detain you for how long? A reasonable amount of time. Then the question begs, was it reasonable to believe that she was stealing something? And was she detained for a
And
reasonable
where
amount of time?
is
I don't know
the
exactly what
footage?
information he was provided. Doesn't sound like he
wasn't.
saw any video of her allegedly stealing
No.
something. Doesn't sound like he saw her personally stealing something. Sounds like somebody else allegedly told him that they saw her on video. Is that
I
reasonable?
don't think.
I would
no,
argue
I
that
don't
it
think
is
that's
not.
happened.
He should have
either.
involved that person immediately. That would be more reasonable. Should have presented her with the video when she demanded to see it. I don't think anything about this guy screams at me reasonable. Moreover, there's one other problem here,
Nothing.
and that's that this
so
guy is not,
unreasonable.
apparently was not licensed as a security guard.
No, I'm shocked.
I got a job to do. Listen, do not
I
walk past
also
me.
have a job to do,
Listen.
which
Nope.
includes
I need
leaving
my
the
items
store.
back. Listen, I need my items
What?
back.
I don't know what the hell you're talking
Then show me
about.
what's in your pockets.
My wallet?
No, I don't
And
care about your
even
wallet.
then,
They just
I don't
care
have
about
to
the
show
items
you.
that you took and that you put into
What
your
items?
And
pockets.
brings them
Well, I-
down,
Items are
I'd
things that you
say.
took.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I
Okay.
literally
Well, I'm here
standed
to
in
just
line
clarify.
for like
You're
30
saying you didn't.
minutes.
You're saying you didn't. So let me give you the benefit of the doubt. So clarify, right? I'm just gonna look. You go ahead and you open it
you
up
ain't
yourself.
no look.
I'm not clarifying anything for you.
Yeah, you have to.
No, I don't.
That's how it works. You don't get to make up the rules. That's not how it
It
works.
sounds like you're making up rules.
Nope, that's not how it works.
Yeah, because right
So
now,
when they say that
you're
when they
boxing
say
me
listen,
into a
yes,
store
yes,
when I'm
yes.
trying
When they
to
say
leave.
that you have items on you that you did not pay for, it's my job to check you. And so
I
at this
suggest
point,
you
I'm
call
giving you
your
the, I'm
manager.
giving you the option to show me what you got.
No,
Otherwise,
honestly,
no, it's okay.
I
No,
suggest
it's okay.
you get
It's
your
okay.
manager.
It's okay. Otherwise, I will detain you, and the police will come and
No,
they'll check. And if they
yes,
find
please
items on
bring
you,
them.
then
Actually,
I
I'll
hope
sit
you
here and
understand.
wait.
At that point, you're gonna really go to jail.
No, I hope so.
So I'm
Call
really trying
them.
to work with you, and
No,
I'm giving
I
you
don't
a
wanna
chance.
work.
I'm giving you every single
Call
option
them.
to do the right thing.
I
them,
would
please.
call
I'm
the
giving you
police
every option.
myself.
do
Here,
the right
I'll
thing.
sit down while
I
you call them.
just
Nope. Nope. You have to.
I'll sit down.
Nope.
My car's
Exactly.
parked. I'll be fine.
Exactly.
Call the
You're
police,
welcome.
please.
That's not how it works.
Call the police.
I need you.
Isn't that what you
I
just
need you
said?
to show me that the items are not in your
Call
pocket.
the police.
Nope, you don't have to.
Oh, so you don't have to. You're just
Yeah,
gonna sit
so
here
that
and
item
harass
right there,
me.
what is that right there?
None of your fucking business.
I'm looking right at it. I'm looking right at it. That's called probable cause.
Huh?
I'm looking right at
Oh,
it. They're
okay,
saying
then
that you
call
have
the
my
police.
items. Yeah. You can pull this Karen card all you want to. It's not going to save you in the long run.
What are
Not-
you
The
talking about?
truth is, you have items that belong to us
It's
that you
not-
did not pay for.
What?
They're saying that
So you're accusing me of not having
absolutely.
money.
They're telling me that you did not
You
pay for those
guys,
items. I'm telling you that
I just got off of fucking work,
I need my
and
items
they
back.
think because I'm dressed like this,
No, it has nothing to do with the way you're dressed.
that I'm dressed with a big
Hey guys, look, they
puffy
saw her
coat.
on camera taking items
They
that she did
think
not pay
that
for.
I'm
You're a
going-
thief. You're a thief. You're stealing things that did not belong to you. That's how it works out. Okay.
Okay.
So at this point, you're trespassed. Do not come back. Go.
I'm waiting for you to call the police.
You're free to go. Do not come back. You're trespassing. You cannot come back.
No, I'm waiting for you to call
The
the
store
police.
manager says they do not want you to come back.
Call the store
It's all right.
manager.
It's all right. That's why I'm here. So you
So
need to
you're not
leave.
gonna call
At
the
this
store
point, you
manager?
need to leave because you are
Oh,
trespassing. I hope you understand what
God.
trespass
Call the
means.
police.
Trespass
I
means you
can
cannot get a
hardly
property.
hold
So they're
it
telling
in.
me you need to leave.
Call
The
the
trespass
police.
and you
He
need to leave.
does, Jess.
Call the police.
So you're not going to leave?
Does.
No, call the police.
You're not going to leave?
No, call
Are you
the
sure?
police.
You need to leave.
Call the police.
You need to leave the store.
Call the police.
You're trespassing.
You
into the
just
store.
followed
Nope.
me.
You need to leave. I'm
Now
doing my
it's
job.
you need
Yep,
to
I'm
leave.
doing my job.
Because you guys
Because you have
believe
items
that
that
I'm
you did not
stealing.
pay for.
Which is what?
You have items that you did not pay
Which
for.
is what?
I need those items right there and right there. They saw you on camera.
Then pull up the
You
footage.
can pull the Karen card all you want to. It's not going to make a difference.
What are you
You're
talking
breaking the law, and it's my job to hold people
Pull up
accountable.
the
That's why they
footage.
have us here.
You know, there's
So
people in this
you know,
store that are
Bartell,
stealing.
you know, Bartell's went out of service, out of business.
So
CBS
it's your
went out of
manager
business
that said I
because
was
people
stealing.
keep stealing. So they hired 79% of all businesses hire people like us to make sure that people
Like,
are not stealing.
look at this
So they
guy.
saw you taking some
Two
items.
fucking
All
hands,
you have to
two
do is clear your
bags.
name and say, "Hey, look, for the
Yeah,
cameras, I didn't
obvious-
take anything, and you're
I
good
don't
to
have
go."
to clear shit though.
You do.
Because
So
I
at
don't
this
know
point,
what-
at this
Whatever
point,
the-
you-
oh
at this
my
point,
God,
they
it's
want you to
I thought
leave.
you said you were
At this
going-
point, they want
So
you to
I
leave.
can leave now
You
because
could, you
before
been,
you
you been
couldn't.
could have left. You're trespassing, and you cannot be on
I'm
the
waiting
property.
for you to call your
You
manager.
need to leave.
Because right
The,
now,
the
looking like you
manager
guys
has
are
nothing to
really
do with
racist.
anything. You need to leave.
So you guys are
You need to
accusing
leave.
me, a black woman,
Yep.
of stealing.
Black, white doesn't make any difference.
It apparently does because
It's
apparently the way I dress.
You,
absolutely
honey.
nothing to do with
I
any kind of
came
race,
down
I
here
gender,
to
or
get
his
anything at
my
all.
leg.
prescription, and then
Yep,
all of a
you need
sudden
to leave
I'm
the store.
trying to leave. He says I
You
can't
need,
leave,
you need to leave the store.
and now I'm
you
supposed
need
to call
leave.
the police.
You're
Please.
trespassing.
Didn't you say you were going to put me in
Okay, so
handcuffs?
here's what's going to happen. If you do not leave after I already told you that you've been trespassed, you're going to be criminally trespassed. That means you're going to have a court date and you're going to go to jail. Trespassing is a very
I
serious
asked you to call the police. Can you
crime.
call the
You're being
police?
trespassed from
I'm
the store.
dead.
Can you call the
You need
police?
to leave the store. So you're not going to leave
Very
if you know you're
serious
trespassing.
crime, guys.
I just need to be
Again,
sure for
Can
clarification.
that
you
was
call
the
the police?
case.
You need to leave.
Things
I'm
I've
scared for
You,
my life.
you can call the police. Feel free, call them.
Yeah,
They're going to tell you the same thing. If you're
exactly.
trespassed
Oh my
and you're
God,
not going to leave the store,
exactly.
This is when my recording starts. After it stops, I called the police myself. He never identified himself to me, which is why I was confused in the video and asked who he was. Here's an update video she posted announcing that she had filed a lawsuit.
I did want to give an update. As of today, the lawsuit has been filed. Per the document, we're suing Walgreens, Pharmacy, we're suing
Wait.
ASC Securities
Wait.
and Investigation.
Hold on a second. Question. I'm a little confused. How did he when he said this is when my recording stopped? What does he mean by my recording? I just thought of that. Like we were seeing it from her point of view. So how did she get in touch with the civil rights lawyer that fast? But good for him. Good for him, though.
LLC. We're suing Brian Vinegar, who is the working security guard in the
I
video,
love it.
as well as whoever Brian Vinegar's spouse may be.
Here are some of the allegations from the lawsuit,
take
which
their
I will
home.
post at the blog in the link below in the pinned comment. On that date, defendant
guy has
Vinegar did not
spouse.
have an active security guard license as contemplated under RCW Chapter 18.170. On March 27th, defendant Vinegar had multiple arms visible on his person, including a firearm, handcuffs, and a taser. And this is bizarre. He was visibly wearing a Seagate, New York police detective shield as a part of his uniform. He was visibly wearing multiple body cameras, but none were operational at the time of the incident in question. At least that was like a real
joke.
He failed to identify himself as a security guard or otherwise explain his role, but he gestured.
Hold on, I'm sorry. He failed to identify himself as security. Look at the way he's dressed. Oh my God. I am not putting down anybody who fought for this country, but he literally is dressed like he just crawled out of the caves or whatever of Afghanistan. I'm serious. I mean, dude, you are a security guard at Walgreens, okay? Take it down a few notches, man. Oh my God. And where were the people? If you see that breaking out in the store, where his superior would come down. And I think it's like what Jess said, that he knew she didn't take anything, that there was no proof.
At Miss Prince's crotch and instructed her to, quote, empty her pockets. Miss Prince was not comfortable with his fixation on her pant pockets, but agreed to return to the second floor and speak with management about the report of shoplifting. Vinegar threatened to put Miss Prince in handcuffs and was physically holding a pair of handcuffs during the exchange. He also threatened to take her to the ground. Miss Prince repeatedly asked the defendant to contact law enforcement or the store manager in order to end the confrontation. Miss Prince also told him that she wanted him to contact management or law enforcement because he was making her in fear for her life. Mr. Vinegar's conduct continued until police arrived after Miss Prince contacted law enforcement herself. The Walgreens staff or management made no effort to intervene in the incident in any way, nor did they attempt to contact law enforcement or even ASC security about what was occurring in their pharmacy location. Then when the police arrived, defendant Brian Vinegar knowingly made false statements about the incident that had just occurred. Here's what that's referring to. After the cops show up, she tells the cops that he had threatened to handcuff her and take her to the ground. Then he denies that.
He said that he was going to, actually, I'll wait here. He said that he was going to put me in cuffs and take me down to the ground. I don't know who this man is. I have that on recording that he said that.
That's similar to what real cops do often do, and that is they lie, but they get caught on camera and exposed. He did, in fact, threaten to handcuff her and take her to the ground.
Stop walking away. Stop walking away.
Or what?
You're going to get detained and you're going to go to the ground.
And you're going to get sued.
Also similar to real cops, once she put the video on the internet, public was outraged, at least there locally, and the security guard ended up getting fired.
In a post on their website, they acknowledge the incident, but say this is the first time they've received a complaint like this. So in response, they've placed him on administrative leave while they investigate.
But this is far from the first time that Walgreens has had problems with private security guards, including shootings.
One person is dead following a shooting at a San Francisco Walgreens. It reportedly involved the store's security guard and a 24-year-old woman.
The armed security guard worked for a private company. We are thinking of the victim and their family during this difficult time. The safety of our patients, customers, and team members is our top priority, and violence of any kind will not be tolerated in our stores. We take this matter seriously and are cooperating with local authorities, unquote.
They say that violence of any kind will not be tolerated in our stores, but according to YouTube, it's happened quite a bit. Shootings and other incidents.
Meanwhile, a Walgreens security guard was arrested Wednesday after attacking a man with a baton. According to the criminal complaint, Martin Sandoval was working at the Walgreens near Central and Eubank on Wednesday. When he approached two people outside, he told them they were...
I think that the crazier you look, the better chance you have of working as a security guard at Walgreens. I'm just putting that out there. The crazier you look, bam, you got a job.
Loitering and asked them to leave. Sandoval was told the two were waiting on a prescription, then allegedly attacked one of them with a baton, hitting a man in the head.
Now that one sounds familiar.
Thank God
Somebody's waiting on a
CBS
prescription.
girl.
Instead, they get hit in the head with a baton by a private security guard on Walgreens' behalf. And here's another shooting for you.
Protests today in San Francisco following the district attorney's decision to not file charges in the shooting death of a suspected shoplifter by a Walgreens security guard.
The surveillance footage released by the DA shows Brown with a bag of unpaid items in his hand exiting Walgreens. Brown grabs the bag and heads to the exit before turning toward Anthony, who then fires a single shot. Brown died in the hospital. Police recovered snacks totaling less than $15.
So that was in San Francisco, I believe. And now we can turn to Albuquerque, and this is pretty weird. The
Right,
police
John
chief
Baby?
there sends a letter to
man.
Walgreens stating that they need to hire their own armed private security rather than relying on being able to call the police.
The city is pushing
Armed?
hard for Walgreens to provide its own armed security for several of its stores, but is that a reasonable request, and can they
Nope.
afford it?
Aaron Jones owns one of the largest armed security companies in the state. He says Walgreens called him after they got this letter from Police Chief Harold Medina asking the drugstore chain to put armed security at stores along Central. He
Why?
said his price was too high.
It's not a cheap proposition at all, especially if you're hiring me. I can guarantee you that. We put
But
millions of
why?
dollars into providing this type of service, and we do it for different companies all over the country very
I know.
effectively. But not everybody can afford us.
So they interview this guy,
Couple of
Aaron
snacks.
Jones, the owner of a local private security company
lipstick.
there, who has been contacted by Walgreens to provide
bullet for
this armed
it.
security. And then I find this, which apparently
I love
happened a little bit
makeup, but I'm
later.
not dying.
So let's
for it.
recall his case, State v. Aaron Jones, FR 24-240.
Aaron Jones is the president and CEO of International Protective Services here in Albuquerque. He's someone
looks
we've
better
done
in
stories with in the
orange.
past, but Friday he was arrested after allegedly pointing a handgun at a man named Trey Chavez. Court records show this man made vulgar comments to Jones's daughter when they were grabbing lunch at the Popeyes on San Mateo. Jones then pulled a
help
gun
us
to confront
all.
the man. He has been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and tampering with evidence. And
So lastly, that
Oh
brings us to the
my
question
God.
of this guy has 2 police badges. He has 2 body cams on. He looks like a cop. Can he
Mhm.
be sued for civil rights violations? Well, no, you cannot
Totally
sue
agree,
a
Jess.
private actor for violating your constitutional rights. There are some exceptions where you can get a third party to be liable under a Section 1983 suit for civil rights violations, but it gets pretty complicated, and I don't want to get too far off in the weeds in this video. So a private security guard in the state of Washington can get a permit to be a security guard, and then you can get a permit to be an armed
Can.
security guard, and you have to jump through several hoops, including
He
you have to
did,
comply
though.
with the training that is mandated by the
Probably
state. So
from
there are
New
several requirements.
Jersey.
Those requirements were not followed in this case. So the resulting lawsuit is not a civil rights lawsuit per se. It's a state court suit against some private companies
Okay.
for the way that they treated this woman. And one good thing about those remedies is, what does this guy not have? What does Walgreens not have? Qualified immunity. That's not a problem here. That's probably why the lawyer filed the lawsuit so quickly, because it's going to be an easy case to win.
Oh,
He
yeah.
wasn't licensed. He did what he did that was caught on video.
Yeah.
So hopefully Miko will let us know how that goes and we can do an update video. So thanks for watching. Please
He had
keep
no
the videos coming.
idea he
Use the
was
submission
being
link below.
recorded.
Remember,
I love
our
it. I love it. Good. I can't. What I do like about his channel is he updates. So that's great. Okay. So let's. All right. Now, the next crazy that we have here. Now, I've seen this actually a little bit, but not really. I on like one of those camera shows, like, police camera ones. I was watching one day. I didn't see the whole thing, but this is different. This is like from a different channel and goes more into it, because I couldn't understand exactly what she was really doing. But let's see.
TikTok video like she was just another teenage girl, kicking her legs up in a public bathroom, posing for the camera with that carefree smile.
Who does
23-year-old
that?
woman deceived everyone by posing as a teenager. She fooled parents and convinced young males. She danced her way into their lives with carefully crafted
Yeah, this is
lies.
what I
It was all
saw.
performance,
They
leading
got
to serious
caught
criminal
filming.
charges involving young people. Then came the moment in court that stopped her dancing forever. This is the chilling case of a TikToker who thought she could pose as
That's
14
her,
to cover
too.
up a deceptive scheme, a deception so calculated it turned social media into her personal
Suicidal.
hunting ground. And wait until you hear what the judge said when she finally saw through the act. This is Alyssa Zinger, and this is how her twisted TikTok performance led to one of Florida's most disturbing online predator cases. If you're new to this case, brace yourselves, because what you're about to witness will show you how a simple dance app became a tool for criminal deception. But before we dive into the calculated planning of Alyssa Zinger and the charges that shocked Tampa, make sure to subscribe to Women of Crime. We uncover the most disturbing female criminal cases that mainstream media won't touch, and this is just the beginning. To understand what happened in that Hillsborough County courtroom, you need to know how this 23-year-old baker turned her TikTok account into a deceptive tool to connect with young people. Alyssa Zinger lived a double life that would make any parent's worst nightmare come true. By day, she worked at a grocery store bakery in Tampa, Florida. Ordinary, unremarkable, the kind of young woman you'd see frosting cakes and taking orders without a second thought. But by night, she transformed into something far more sinister. Armed with nothing more than a smartphone and social media apps, she crafted an elaborate teenage persona designed to gain illegal access to young people. The preparation was meticulous. She studied how these individuals talked, typed, and behaved online. She learned their slang, their interests, their patterns. She created the perfect digital mask that would fool not just the young people she targeted, but their parents too. And then she began her search. Her platform was TikTok, where millions of her targets scroll through endless videos every day. But Alyssa wasn't there to watch dances or comedy skits. She was there to identify targets for criminal activity. The first victim thought he was talking to a peer. She found him on TikTok in January 2023 and quickly moved their conversations to Snapchat, a platform where messages disappear, making it harder for parents to monitor. She adopted a false identity as a peer, showing interest in his life and personal details. Using sophisticated deception tactics, she maintained this ruse over an extended period. Police testimony indicates these meetings occurred approximately 30 times, during which the individual believed the relationship was genuine. But here's where the story takes an even darker turn, and this detail will shock you when you understand its full implications later. While this criminal activity was happening, Alyssa was already targeting other individuals. She wasn't satisfied with one victim. She was building a network. By May 2023, she had moved on to a second individual and thought he was in a social relationship with a peer. The pattern was identical, but this time she took the deception further. She deceived not only the individual, but also his family. She appeared in social situations with this person, being welcomed by the family as their son's friend, completely unaware of her true identity. This association lasted from May through October 2023, cloaked behind a facade of friendship and social connection. But remember that timeline, October 2023.
I don't think so.
That's when everything started to unravel, and the reason why will make your blood run cold. During all of this, investigators would later discover Alyssa was documenting these encounters illegally. She was creating prohibited material. She was building a digital collection of unlawful content, but the most troubling part was her intent with this material. When this second victim decided to end their relationship in October, Alyssa's carefully constructed world began to crumble, and her reaction revealed the true monster hiding behind the teenage mask. The power dynamic she had so carefully crafted was slipping away, so she decided to destroy him. Remember that detail about her recording encounters? Here's where it becomes crucial.
This is the thing. For one, I think she is, how do I say this? Recording, as sexual encounters and building a library of it, which is illegal as hell. And she's also, as they just said, had a relationship with somebody that they had to blur out, who seemed like they were underage. Remember, she's pretending that she is a 14-year-old. We're not even talking about somebody pretending to be 17. I don't know what she is doing, but this is weird. I'm sorry, but what are you doing, you sick, twisted tart? Oh, God, leave me alone. Okay. All right. So, she's now, this is what I think brings her down. If I remember when I was like kind of looking at it real quick, what brought it down, I believe, is that this guy dumped her.
After their breakup, Alyssa went to the boy's house under the pretense of needing to charge her phone. While he was in another room, she went through his personal device and found something that would become her weapon of revenge. Evidence was discovered that led to additional charges.
Oh my God.
According to testimony, material was distributed without permission to multiple parties through Snapchat. This became a public humiliation campaign that would ultimately lead to her downfall. But here's what she didn't expect. When the female victim in that video discovered that her most private moment was being circulated among her classmates, she didn't suffer in silence. She went to the police. October 2023, a teenage girl walks into a Tampa police station and reports that someone named Alyssa Zinger is distributing material featuring her, that single act of courage would expose everything. Detective Amanda Baranowski took the case and began what would become one of Tampa's most disturbing investigations into online predation. She couldn't find any record of a 14-year-old girl by that name in the school system. No enrollment records, no academic history, nothing that would verify the existence of the homeschooled teenager the victims described. But there was a 22-year-old Alyssa Zinger in the system, and that's when the pieces started falling into place. The investigation revealed something that would make any parent's blood run cold. This wasn't a one-time incident. This wasn't a mistake or a moment of poor judgment. This was a systematic pattern of criminal deception that had been going on for almost a year. As Detective Baranowski dug deeper, she discovered that Alyssa Zinger had been targeting multiple young people simultaneously. While engaged in illegal activity with one victim, she was manipulating others. While she was in a relationship with one individual, she was already searching for the next target. She was specifically targeting young people who knew each other. She was systematically working through a network of individuals using her relationships with some to gain access to others. And the most disturbing part? Some of these young people had no idea they were all victims of the same individual with criminal intent. When Detective Baranowski interviewed the first victim who came forward, the details he shared painted a picture of systematic psychological manipulation that went far beyond simple deception. The boy described how Alyssa would become aggressive when upset, how she would threaten him, how she would try to control his relationships with others. He told police that she had threatened to have him jumped by high schoolers when he tried to break up.
She was dating a child. I'm sorry, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that when you look at her and she says she's 14 and your child brings her home, would you you would just believe that she's 14? Am I right? Or would you be like, I've been watching too much on YouTube. I'm getting hip to this stuff. Can I see some ID? I mean, you wouldn't it's like when we watch true crime documentaries, and a lot of us are into that, and then something in real life where our mind doesn't go to that right away. It just doesn't. It's not like, oh, right away we think the husband might have unalived. God, I hate talking like that. Unalived the neighbor, or what, like in the old movie Rear Window, where he's just bored and watching out that window, and it's like, oh no, Jill, I want your opinion. I think the world has gotten way worse since the internet. It has. Or is it we just see all this shit now we never saw before? There are some ways that it could go both, I think. That it's like, well, there are a lot of things that I think that it has gotten worse because of it. Like, I think TikTok was one of the worst things ever made. I really do. People don't, like, in one way you could say, oh, but you're talking and associating with people all over the place. But it also allows these people into your home. Sometimes I was watching something and it was absolutely heartbreaking. There was a guy from Northern Ireland, which I was born in. So this guy was a total loser, and he literally lived like in the middle of nowhere. Hi, Vidal. Yes, I agree. I agree with that, Vidal. And I think that, okay, so what he did is he had young girls do some things and then blackmailed them to they were like at the point of vomiting while this was happening. Some of them were being told it's going to go to everyone. I would say, so send it. Go ahead. And so he did a countdown on a girl in America, and for the countdown, he told her to get her 9 or 7-year-old sister in on it, and she better do it and hurry up. And he counted down, and she went into her father's, I think her father was a police officer. She went into his room and got his pistol, and she ended her own life over this. So do I think that it I think it ruined humanity. I think that when people had to go out and meet people, that it was more a better world. I think that having to go online, following trends and all this, people literally spending money to redo their house just so they can show it on TikTok. I mean, hello. You have to follow the Christmas trend. No, my Christmas decorations are what has been accumulated my entire life and handed down, you know? I mean, yeah, no, I think it has gotten worse. So there's my answer for you. It's gone to shit. Okay, camps, shit. Facebook is awful too. They're all awful. They are. Actually, yes, and kids should not be online without supervision. Now, come on, we know the kids today can get around parental controls. Okay? We know it. And if we're not watching them, they're at their friend's house where their parents aren't watching. Do you know what I'm saying? And it just goes from there. You know, it's like your kid will be laughed at if you don't get them a flip phone. I mean, if you got them a flip phone, if you could find one, they'd be made fun of. So they're going to have access to all of this stuff, you know? It's just, I think at this point, we just have to be vigilant with when it comes to kids. But when it comes to just regular life for adults, I think that horrible things can come of the internet, even as an adult. We've seen of it, we've heard of it. And I also think that the old days were so much better, even way before I was born, like, I don't know, the 50s or something. I don't know. But, you know, it was just better. You know, it really was. I mean, growing up without a cell phone, because, you know, it wasn't a travesty. I mean, having a phone in class, that's ridiculous. They're sitting there texting. They're sitting there Googling the answers to things. It's just no. And I really feel like the internet has made people dumber. That's just what I believe. Huh? But with lead paint and asbestos. What the hell are you talking about? What? Axelot, what are you talking about? Yeah, if you're worried about your kids fitting in, you've already failed, right? You know, but the whole you know, being picked on thing, you know, you don't want your kid to be bullied, but that wouldn't mean I would hand my kid, if I had one, a phone. You know what I'm saying? But the lead, Axelot, tell me you're kidding. Well, you know, I hope if I was back there, I wouldn't be eating the paint off the walls. You know what I'm saying? Here in Kentucky, we don't allow phones in the classroom this year. Great. great. A move in the right direction, I think. Yeah, I think that everybody should have like a tag thing on their phone, like that has their name, like, and stuff on them. And phones are locked, and they're locked up until you are leaving school or leaving that class. You know what I'm saying? Like the teachers just take the phones, and then give them back after class. It's just, there's no way to, I mean, look how easy this girl got into all these people's lives, It's scary. And I'm with Drunk Baby. Like, yeah, I would think this girl was 14. It's cray.
Up with her. But keep this detail in mind. Even in her threats, she maintained the fiction that she was a teenager with teenage connections. The psychological profile that emerged was chilling. Here was an adult woman who had so completely immersed herself in the world of middle school students that she could navigate their social dynamics, understand their fears, and manipulate their emotions with surgical precision. She knew exactly what to say to convince parents that she was just another teenager. She understood social relationship patterns and used this knowledge for deception. According to court testimony, her actions involved calculated criminal conduct, but the investigation also uncovered something else that would shock investigators. Evidence of an earlier encounter revealed just how long Alyssa had been perfecting her deception. In July 2023, months before the case broke open, Alyssa Zinger and one of her victims had been detained for shoplifting at a Nordstrom store. The body camera footage from that incident provides a chilling glimpse into how skilled she had become at maintaining her teenage persona even under pressure. The footage shows a young woman sitting in a holding area with what appears to be a teenage boy. But listen carefully to the conversation, and you'll hear something that should have been a massive red flag.
So this girlfriend, not your daughter? Okay. Have you contacted your parents? Okay. Well, I gotta try to contact them.
Hold up. Did he say this is your girlfriend, not your daughter? No, he couldn't have said that. I have to have been hearing things. No way. All right.
14.
The officer then asks about contacting her parents, and she plays the role perfectly. She's nervous, but not panicked. She's convincing enough that the officer believes her story completely. But then comes the moment that reveals just how prepared she was for these situations. When the officer runs her name and finds a 22-year-old Alyssa Zinger in the system, he asks about the discrepancy. Without missing a beat, she provides an explanation that's both believable and impossible to immediately verify.
You have a sister named Alyssa?
Yeah, a half sister.
A half sister? Okay, but you don't have the same middle name?
Oh, they're not going to catch her here. Who would have a half sister? A half.
Watch how she handles this moment.
Not even
she doesn't panic. She doesn't stumble over
name.
her words. She provides just enough detail to be convincing, but not so much that it becomes suspicious.
I would have said
this is someone who had practiced this scenario, who had thought through exactly what she would say if questioned about her identity. The officer buys it completely. He documents that she's going home with the boy and his father, and they're released. But listen to what happens next in that footage, because it reveals something crucial about the family dynamics that enabled these crimes.
How do they not
So you're gonna go home
say, no, we have to contact your parents?
No? We're not gonna do this again?
You shoplift.
Sure. Dad told me you make money. And you could spend $100. Alright, man, this is one shot. You get one shot to do this program. After this, there's no more. So let's just make smart choices, okay? Alright,
I bet you she led him to
Is how comfortable Alyssa appears in this environment. She's not nervous about being caught in a lie. She's not worried about maintaining her cover story. She's completely at ease pretending to be a teenager in front of adults and police officers. This wasn't her first time doing this. Remember this detail about her comfort level. It becomes crucial when you see how she behaves during later police encounters. When Tampa police executed their first search warrant at the Zinger family home in November 2023, the body camera footage captured a family in crisis. But not in the way you might expect.
Okay, but
the footage begins with officers explaining to Alyssa's parents that they need to search the house and seize her phone. But from the very first moments, it's clear that this family has a very different understanding of what's happening than the police do.
The detective said nobody can go in the house.
Okay.
So that's weird because I talked to my lawyer and he says you guys aren't under. You guys aren't.
There's a search warrant for that. She told me she got a search warrant and nobody's allowed in the house.
For the phone or for my home?
Nobody's allowed in the house.
Who's in the house?
Watch this interaction carefully because it reveals something important about how this family was handling the investigation.
Look at the mother.
They're not acting like parents who have just discovered their daughter is accused of terrible crimes. They're acting like people who are managing a legal problem.
We're not in the chase. We're not running.
So, but that's where we're at. I know it sucks. But
this situation sucks. Me not going in my home right now. That's
what sucks. Hold on. Hold on.
Daughter that's in a,
Not going into your home right now is what sucks. Not the fact that your daughter is running around pretending to be 14, getting people to videoing, encounters, her own and other people's, and is like probably using it. Hold on a second. Yeah, so they're probably like using it to there we go. Sorry. Put my heater over here. And for this guy, it's just, it sucks that he can't go into his home. I mean, can you imagine? How about you start looking at the fact that your daughter has like lunatic problems? Hi, T girl. Okay. Well, it's nice to see you. Hello. Thanks for popping in. Okay.
This shouldn't be happening. She's got a lot of problems and mental issues and stuff.
You think?
I don't know if you have kids, but
yeah, we have 2 kids. I have 2 kids. Yeah.
Notice what he's doing here. He's immediately setting up the narrative that will later become her defense strategy.
Mm-hmm.
She has problems and developmental issues. This shouldn't be happening. He presents her as a victim rather than acknowledging the criminal charges against her.
I'm sorry to hear that, by the way.
Well, I mean, she got messed up with the wrong. Even though he's a lot younger.
Oh my God.
Put it this way. My daughter, my wife works for the federal government, 38 years, never been in trouble in her life, not a single thing. My daughter, the same thing. Me, stupid little shit when I was a kid. But we're good, honest people.
I can't even believe this.
People.
They don't care,
she just
dude.
She's never been in trouble in her life, even though he's young. That's why we're in this situation. She never been in trouble in her life until
right, excellent.
She was so young. And this like insane.
The father's characterization of normal teenage
Also,
behavior was
Ohio.
contradicted by investigators. He's painting his adult daughter as an innocent victim in this situation. The complete inversion of reality here is breathtaking. But what's even more disturbing is how rehearsed this sounds. This isn't a parent struggling to make sense of shocking revelations. This is someone delivering talking points. When the detective arrives and they enter the house to search for the phone, the interaction becomes even more revealing. The phone they're looking for appears to be dead, and there's some confusion about whether it can be charged and accessed. But listen to how the father handles this situation.
When they came in to look for that phone, there was an iPad and a phone on the table. I looked at it, and she goes, "Is that the phone?" I said, "I do believe so." I said, "This is her phone here." Ha ha ha. No. I handed her the phone and said, "I do believe it." And I even said, if you watch the body cam, I said, "What model is this? I'm not sure. I got like a freaking 8,
He's being very careful to establish that he's not entirely certain about the phone, that he's
Well, right there, that tells me he gave them the wrong phone on purpose.
cooperating but not taking responsibility for providing the correct device. This isn't the behavior of someone who's simply trying to help the investigation. But then he says something that reveals the true mindset behind this cooperation.
Father, though, trying to help his crazy daughter.
If someone's trying to hide something, the phone was dead.
Oh my God. No, we're watching T-Girl. We're watching something about a girl who pretended to be 14.
Charger right there.
Notice how he's trying to paint himself as helpful, while simultaneously establishing that he could have been obstructive if he wanted to. The investigation would later reveal that this phone wasn't actually Alyssa's device at all. It was her.
What she was doing is she is pretending that she's 14 and she's taking video of, encounters. And she did put a lot of work into learning how they talk, how everything. It was like a major, you would think, take that energy and put it somewhere else. Jeez. And so if she was even dating one, she's 22. And I got mad at a guy for dumping her and got some footage or something out of his phone. And she's making a catalog of, I guess, what we would call CP, and I really don't know what I think it's for, like she's selling it online, which is disgusting, it's weird.
Mother's old phone, one that hadn't been used for calls since 2021 and had never had social media apps installed on it. When confronted about this discrepancy during later searches, the family would claim that Alyssa's real phone had been lost. But the body camera footage from this first search suggests that the phone switch wasn't a mistake. It was deliberate. Keep this detail about the phone deception in mind, because it becomes crucial when you understand how far this family was willing to go to protect Alyssa from the consequences of her crimes.
Right
During
there?
the same search, there's another moment that reveals the psychological dynamics at play in this family. The father becomes emotional and says something.
And what happened to the girl who they said that she was violated and that she, her thing got out there and she didn't take it lying down? And like she went to I guess that's all they said. She didn't take it lying down. Okay, well, what did she do? Where did this come from? How did they get to her house? I love this channel, but they are not they're not giving us enough here for me to follow it.
Thing that shows how completely they've reframed this situation in their minds.
I can say one good thing that's come out of this. We got our family back. We finally got our daughter back.
High of 50. Shut up, Axelot.
She hangs out with us now, but she won't have a phone ever again.
Think about what he's saying here. The father described the arrest as bringing positive changes to their family.
Oh,
this response
my
pattern may
God.
reflect complex family dynamics when dealing with legal challenges.
He's
They're
a
not seeing Alyssa
loon.
as someone who committed
Now I
serious criminal
see
acts.
why
The
she
defendant
is.
faces serious charges. They're seeing her as someone who got in trouble and needs protection. But the most disturbing part of this footage isn't what the parents say. It's what Alyssa doesn't say. Throughout this entire
Anything?
interaction, she's largely silent. She lets her parents do the talking, make the excuses, provide the explanations. She's comfortable allowing others to manage the consequences of her actions. When police returned to the Zinger home in January 2024 to execute a second search warrant, this
Oh,
time to photograph
God.
Alyssa's bedroom, the family dynamics became even clearer. The body camera footage from this search shows a family
Does
that
she
has had
have,
months to process
like,
what's
little
happening,
hearts
but
and
their response
rainbows,
reveals
like
that nothing
she's-
has fundamentally changed in how they view the
I don't know,
situation.
a
The officer explains to the
14-year-old
family
girl.
what they're going to do.
Our crime detection, whenever she gets here, we're going to go through the house and we'll take pictures and document and stuff like that. And she'll also get a copy of, or she'll be, she'll get a copy of the search warrant to take pictures and document of too, which I'll go ahead and just kind of review this with you now.
Between 28 here, not miserable. Oh, 28 degrees.
This is for their investigation.
Okay, well.
There's nothing to be
Righteous.
anybody's business.
Yeah.
That's nobody's business.
Even facing serious criminal charges, even months into an investigation, her primary
nobody's
concern is still about her
business.
privacy and reputation. There's no indication of concern for her victims, no sign that she understands the gravity of what she's done.
They're not
They just
really
gotta do their job. They gotta take
telling
pictures
us
of
what
they need to do.
and why they're victims.
I think
Exactly.
you guys should leave.
I can't.
Well, I mean,
They've surrounded the whole car. Like, I literally can't.
I don't think they meant it like that. Well,
There's 5 cars.
Recently.
Later in the same
Because
footage,
my
she makes a
bro
comment that
said
reveals
they
her
won't
complete
take
lack of
it.
understanding about the
Done.
seriousness of her situation.
I feel like I'm a murderer.
they got to protect. Hey, they don't know who is here.
I think
They
I
gotta
am,
protect themselves.
T-girl.
This is a crazy world. People are mental. They got issues. There's men probably out there that would do something.
People are mental. They have issues. No, he didn't. No, he didn't just say this to his daughter, who has a wide collection of CP. He tells her there's people that have mental problems. You're looking at one, and by the looks of your wife, I'm gonna go with you looking at two. Okay. Oh God, this whole family. Jesus, Lord, take me now. All right.
But Alyssa's complaint reveals how she sees herself in this situation. In her mind, she's not a serious criminal who poses a threat. She's someone who's been caught in an embarrassing situation and is being treated unfairly. This mindset would persist throughout the legal proceedings and would ultimately contribute to her downfall in court. At one point, while police are working in another part of the house, you can hear Alyssa and her mother discussing the situation.
Did they hear a collapse? They all.
What, in her bedroom they do that?
They all broken, and it's heavy.
I think their main focus is her room.
Did it collapse?
Yeah, they hear my room, not that.
Oh my God.
That's what they're worried about. Hey, they're doing their job. A lot of crazy people out there. So, and a lot of people don't like police. But that's not us. Like I said,
oh my God, I can't take it.
We have friends.
Yes, couldn't be said better. Seriously.
We firefighters.
He's trying to establish that they're good people who support law enforcement, as if this somehow changes the nature of what Alyssa has done. This kind of appeal to respectability is common among families dealing with serious criminal charges, but it reveals a fundamental misunderstanding of how the justice system works. Your relationships with police officers don't change the evidence against you, but this family seems to believe that their social standing should somehow protect them from consequences. This mindset would prove to be a significant liability when they appear in court, because it suggested they didn't fully grasp the seriousness of the charges or the strength of the evidence against Alyssa. The final piece of body camera footage that provides crucial insight into this case comes from a conversation that was captured when the family didn't realize they were still being recorded. When Alyssa finally appeared in court for her bond hearing in April 2024, the contrast between her behavior in the body camera footage and her courtroom demeanor was striking. Judge Laura Ward presided over the hearing, and her observations about Alyssa's behavior would become some of the most quoted moments in the entire case.
Every time something happens that the state puts on that maybe you disagree with, you shake your head no. You don't seem to understand that the problem is not who recorded the video. The problem is you are in multiple videos with young boys. You are an adult. You are the problem here.
Oh my God.
Your actions on these boys are illegal, and it's not okay. Whether they took the video or you took the video, you are the only adult.
After countless hours of manipulation and deception, the judge stated the simple, devastating truth. Alyssa Zinger was an adult who knowingly deceived young people. Everything else was just noise, but the hearing also revealed something else that would shock the community. Prosecutors argued that Alyssa's parents had helped her cover up her crimes. During the hearing, prosecutors presented evidence that the phone provided during the first search warrant hadn't just been the wrong device by accident. They argued that it had been deliberately provided to obstruct the investigation. Judge Ward addressed this directly.
What I can't understand is when they are trying to help you to the extent that it interferes with the criminal investigation and to the extent that it helps you evade.
My dad wouldn't, that he wouldn't do.
Body camera video was shown in court depicting the moment when Alyssa's father handed over what he claimed was her phone. The footage clearly showed him presenting the device as belonging to his daughter, not mentioning that it might be the wrong phone. When the real phone was never produced and the family claimed it was lost, prosecutors argued this was evidence of deliberate obstruction. The implications were clear. This wasn't just about one woman's crimes. This was about a family system that had enabled and protected a predator even after her crimes were exposed. The defense team's strategy during the bond hearing revealed their plan for the upcoming trial, and it followed a predictable pattern. Blame everyone except Alyssa. Her attorney argued that Alyssa had developmental delays and emotional issues stemming from childhood bullying. They pointed to an individualized education plan from her high school years as evidence of these delays.
I think it's clear from just the content of the text messages. This is not a 22-year-old adult having communication with somebody who she saw as her equal.
But prosecutors had a devastating respoance to this claim.
Well, didn't they know
pointed out
that
there was no evidence of any developmental delays in Alyssa's school records beyond the IEP. which can be created for a variety of learning differences that don't affect someone's ability to understand right from wrong. More importantly, they argued, Alyssa's behavior showed clear evidence of sophisticated planning and deception
she's
that
been locked
contradicted
up
any
for a
claim
little
of
bit.
diminished
See how
capacity.
she looks?
She had
Ugh,
maintained elaborate
yikes.
lies across multiple relationships for months.
Skin.
She had navigated complex social media platforms and understood exactly how to manipulate others' emotions. Most tellingly, when caught shoplifting months earlier, she had immediately created a believable lie about having a half-sister with the same name.
That is
A
so
lie that was
stupid. Why
sophisticated
didn't
enough
she
to fool
say
police officers.
step?
The prosecutor was direct in rejecting the defense's
Who
argument.
names their
This is not a 22-year-old
kid the
child.
same name?
They would argue there are no conditions of release reasonably sufficient to protect the community from the risk of physical harms to persons, and specifically
George
to
Foreman.
male individuals under the age of 18.
Judge Ward agreed, but her reasoning went beyond just the risk of reoffending. Her comments suggested that she was troubled by Alyssa's apparent lack of understanding about what she had done wrong.
You showed no regard for the safety of these young boys.
The bond hearing also included testimony from Detective Amanda Baranowski, who provided additional details about the scope of Alyssa's crimes that hadn't been previously revealed. Detective Baranowski testified that the investigation had uncovered evidence of illegal encounters with victims on multiple occasions, sometimes within days of first meeting them. This testimony was crucial because it showed that the defendant was moving quickly to criminal activity, contradicting the defense's claims about her mental capacity. Detective Baranowski also testified about the evidence they had recovered, including text messages and videos that showed Alyssa claiming to be a teenager while clearly demonstrating adult knowledge and sophistication.
He indicated that a video of himself was being circulated through Snapchat.
Did he know who was doing it?
Oh, God.
Yes.
Who was that?
He identified the person as Miss Alyssa Zinger.
According to the detective, when confronted about the video distribution, Alyssa didn't show remorse or understanding about the harm she had caused. Instead, she seemed more concerned about the consequences for herself. This lack of empathy for her victims would become a recurring theme throughout the legal proceedings and would ultimately influence the judge's decision about bond. The hearing also revealed new details about the scope of the investigation and the possibility of additional victims. Detective Baranowski testified that investigators were still working to identify all of Alyssa's potential victims, and that they believed there could be more victims who hadn't yet come forward.
This case represents only one of the multiple juvenile male victims.
All these people
that Ms.
today
Zinger
are
was not only
crazy.
contacting and having messages with through social media, but also meeting and having actual contact with.
The possibility of additional victims was particularly troubling given the pattern that had already emerged. The bond hearing concluded with Judge Ward making it clear that she viewed Alyssa as an ongoing threat to the community.
You've been preying upon them. You have been taking advantage of them. You have been abusing them.
With those words, the judge effectively ended any pretense that this case was about anything other than an
Yes,
adult
she was
who had
abusing
systematically
them.
exploited young people through
Oh,
criminal
no.
deception. Judge Ward also addressed the family's role in the case, though
Look
she
at the
stopped short of announcing any charges against Alyssa's parents. When asked directly whether criminal charges against the parents were possible, prosecutors declined to answer, saying only that the investigation was ongoing. The bond hearing ended with Alyssa being ordered to remain in jail without the possibility of bond until her trial. She was also ordered to have no contact with any of the alleged victims and no access to electronic. The aftermath of the bond hearing revealed just how much impact Alyssa's actions had on the victims and their families. According to court documents and police interviews, the psychological impact on the individuals subjected to her criminal activity went far beyond the immediate trauma. These individuals had to grapple with the realization that someone they trusted, someone they believed was a peer, had been systematically deceiving and manipulating them. One victim told police that the relationship with Alyssa had been stressful and was ruining his grades, making his life hard. He described feeling like he couldn't escape it because she was always trying to talk to someone. But the psychological manipulation went deeper than just the criminal activity itself. This individual also told police that Alyssa had dated 4 others at his school to try and make him upset, and that she always tries to be involved in everyone's affairs, especially his. He had no idea that all of these relationships were actually an adult criminal systematically targeting his classmates and friends through illegal activity. The isolation and confusion these victims experienced is difficult to comprehend. They couldn't talk to their friends about what was happening because some of those friends were also victims. They couldn't seek help from adults because they believed they were in normal relationships. And when the truth finally came out, they had to deal with the additional trauma of realizing that their understanding of relationships, trust, and intimacy had been built on elaborate lies. According to victim testimony, she had learned to mimic not just teenage speech patterns and interests, but teenage emotional responses as well. One victim described her behavior in terms that sound like a teenager having emotional outbursts. She also has a crazy ego when she is mad. She talks like she is invincible, and no one can stop her. The defendant thinks she has all of the power in the world. This description suggests that Alyssa's teenage emotional
Where'd you
responses
get
were
that
actually
from?
carefully crafted performances designed to maintain her cover while asserting control over her victims. The victim also described a pattern of emotional manipulation that showed Alyssa's understanding of how to control relationships. There will be instant texting, crying, screaming that she
Probably
hates him,
Jess.
etc. After, she will be apologizing to him. She is all over the place and never in control. This cycle of emotional extremes, anger, rejection, reconciliation, is a classic pattern of psychological abuse. When used by an adult and disguised as teenage drama, it becomes a particularly calculated form of manipulation. The victim's description of feeling
God,
trapped in
she's
this relationship shows how effective these tactics were.
You
When
need
Alyssa
to
took
go
the stand
back
in her
to
own
icing
defense,
your
the strategy
cupcakes,
backfired
honey.
spectacularly. She was articulate, responsive, and demonstrated clear understanding,
God.
completely contradicting every claim about her mental.
Jesus, Lord have mercy. That family, in my opinion, is why she's like that. I really truly believe that. I don't think she's ever faced a consequence. I do not believe that she had any developmental issues. No. My my dad, whatever, would never have done something illegal or done something wrong on purpose to protect me. Now, you guys remember I was telling you about the block party and like, okay, so the whole bouncy thing had to be moved out of the way. They were coming. It was humiliating. Okay. Let's just say I really humiliated my family. Okay. So I casually kind of come home, and this is how I used to come home. Jess, in case you don't know, I used to be really wild when I was young. I am in recovery, and I'm actually getting my master's in addiction, substance abuse. So anyway, I used to poke my head in the house and see what my father's reaction was so I could figure out if police had came and knocked on the door. That's how sad it had become. Now, my father would not lie for me. He didn't know. Yeah, I know. I wish they would have told us, but I don't think the case was over yet. I'm going to get her. Her name was Alyssa. What was it? Zinger or something? I'm going to look it up. So anyway, my father was pretty mad. He was like, the whole block was talking about it and talking about you and that. And I was just like, I felt terrible, but, I was not me, I wasn't me. But no, what happened there with the phone, if I did something like this, because whatever I did was, I was wild, and then I had I made it through, NYU, and I don't know how, but I did. I made it through, got my degree, had jobs, but I was still going crazy. But no, my parents would never, especially my dad, because my mom had passed at a certain point in the middle of all this, and that's why I was like that. And my dad would never have done that shit with the phone. Oh my God. You should have seen him when I was in a treatment center when I was 20. I just turned 20, I think. Something for just a few days I was there. And he was sneaking me some Marlboros, okay? And so you can imagine that he would never have done that. And if I had done something this sick, he would have to be like, you're on your own. I love you. You're my daughter, but you are on your own. Sometimes you need to let your adult children be adults and take the consequences. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, here is the next one, and this one is a good one. Okay. Okay, wait, that's the 40. Here we go. This is good. Oh, thank you, T-Girl. Yes, I know everybody was so proud that I got in there and blah, blah, blah. And I wanted to go there because my dad went there, So I made sure. I was one of those type of people that meant like I am, like almost I look like I'm not there, but I just soak it in, and there's like the people in the front waving their hands like pick me, and I'm in the back just all quiet, but yet I look like I'm sleeping, but I'm awake, but with my eyes open. And then I would ace like every quiz. I would drive my friends crazy. They were like, do you learn through osmosis? And I'm like, I think I might. But yeah, as long as I showed up, I was good. But I had to show up. And so that I made sure I did. So, okay, here we go. Because I got a scholarship, and like if you don't take it, then you're never going to go back, no matter what you say, Okay.
Imagine a young teacher, the daughter of a police chief, thinking she is above the law. But in this courtroom, her world of privilege shatters.
Great comment.
She faces real consequences for stalking and theft.
Good
and
parent.
justice finally catches up. This 27-year-old former elementary school teacher faced the judge. Her years of believing she was untouchable finally crumbling. She had stalked her victim 33 times in just 19 days, spreading the same terror while the system let it drag on far too long. The daughter of an acting police chief realized for the first time that a last name and connections do not always function as armor. Sometimes, they simply stop mattering. In North Ridgeville, Ohio, Hannah Freeman seemed to live the perfect American dream. At 27, with a master's degree, she taught 4th grade, appearing patient, kind, and well-educated to everyone around her. She taught 4th grade, seeming patient and kind, but she stalked her ex and stole his medications. The contrast was sharp. Who was she really? Yet behind that flawless facade was a personality shaped in an atmosphere of absolute permissiveness, which over time evolved into a dangerous pathology. Her father, Michael Freeman, was the police chief in North Ridgeville. Growing up, Hannah learned that her family name opened doors and wiped away mistakes. She believed rules were for others, not for her. Think about this. Back in December of 2022, Hannah threw loud parties. Neighbors complained, and police arrived. Instead of apologizing, she asked if they knew her dad, the police chief. They let her off with just a warning. That taught her she was special. This internal mindset first became visible back in 2022, when neighbors called the police because of loud parties at her home. Instead of apologizing, Hannah responded with undisguised condescension, asking officers, "Do you know who my father is?" Here's something from the records. In June of 2023, neighbors heard her say it. She wouldn't get in trouble. Her dad was the chief. She said it straight. No shame. That attitude grew stronger. It shaped her. It was not a request for help. It was an order to ignore the violation. Early in 2024, Ryan entered Hannah's life, becoming the target of her deadly obsession. Their romance started normally between two teachers who shared interests and friends. Ryan told the police they started dating normally, sharing teaching jobs
I love
and
how they
interests.
have him.
But soon she demanded control over his messages, plans, and contacts.
Oh, she's a
It
nutter.
felt like a cage, so he had to escape. But quickly, her love became a trap for Ryan. She demanded total control, wanting to know every move, read every message, And
I didn't realize it right off the rip, but I had seen the beginning of a what do you call it? One of those body cam videos, and she was sitting in a car, I believe, basically stalking him. I guess. And she was just told to move on. And then I think I just turned it or whatever.
decide his contacts. In April of 2024, overwhelmed, Ryan ended it. Court records show this. Ryan moved out in May of 2024. He left their shared home.
Oh,
It was over,
Axelot, I'm
but she
so
couldn't accept it.
sorry.
That rejection hit hard. It fueled her anger. He had no idea this would
didn't
start a
see
months-long
that.
nightmare. For Hannah, the breakup challenged her power. She could not accept rejection. Her obsession became cold stalking, turning Ryan's life into constant fear where he was always the prey. Hannah used her card to pressure him psychologically. Data from her global positioning system showed she visited his workplace 33 times in under 3 weeks. Police cameras caught it 33 times in 19 days. Her car at his school, not by chance. She parked to be seen, stared at windows. It was planned to wear him down. She arrived early, parked her red sport utility vehicle where he would see it, and stared at the windows for hours. This terror exhausted him. Every morning, Ryan felt watched. Ryan said this to police.
Westlake Police, how can I help you? Hello?
My
Hi, Elizabeth.
continues to stalk me and park her car next to wherever I am and follow me home every night.
How long has this been happening?
Probably a month now.
Have you ever contacted police about it?
No.
Okay, where
But
are you at?
So
Yeah,
as I
watch
just
it.
called you, she
It seems
got
real
back in her
good.
car and stormed off.
Have
Every
a
morning
good day,
he felt watched.
T-girl.
Her car near home, near the store, near the gym. He blocked
Ew.
her. She found new ways. It scared him. He couldn't shake it. She used other accounts or showed up. Most scary, she hid nothing. Sure, her police chief father's status protected her. She acted openly, believing Ryan would never report her or that it would be ignored. In November of 2024, Hannah learned Ryan was dating someone new. This pushed her from watching to attacking. On
Oh,
November
God.
6th, she showed up uninvited. When he refused entry, she waited and stole from his unlocked car. Hannah stole his work backpacks, 2 laptops with all his teaching materials, his wallet with credit cards and identification, and most critically, his needed prescription medications.
Oh,
Police
this-
report says this. On November 6th, she took his backpacks, 2 laptops, wallet with cards, prescription meds he needed. It wasn't just theft, it was taking his life apart. He needed those medications by doctor's orders. It was not just theft, it was stealing his identity. With his laptops and phone, she accessed his digital world, broke
You
passwords,
guys
changed social media, and bought
know
on
how hard it is to go to a doctor, through a pharmacy and stuff, and you have to fill out a police report, definitely, and then you have to take that to the doctor, I think, in the one door of the pharmacy, and you have to do these things so that they can replace it. But with certain drugs, it might be much harder. This bitch is something. I would have to knock her head off. That's that.
Amazon with his money. Court filings reveal this.
Amazon.
She used his
Whoa.
cards. It wasn't just theft, it was taking his life apart. He needed those medications by doctor's orders. It was not just theft, it was stealing his identity. With his laptops and phone, she accessed his digital world, broke passwords, changed social media, and bought on Amazon with his money. Court filings reveal this. She used his cards, made purchases on Amazon, sent alerts to his phone. It said, "I'm here. I control you. Not for money, for power." She wanted to destroy his life, so only she remained. She held his things hostage, hoping he would beg for them back. The next day, November 7th,
This
Ryan
is
was
what I
desperate.
saw.
Coaching on the basketball court, Hannah appeared more aggressive. She jumped into his car seat and refused to leave, demanding talk, though it ended months ago. Ryan knew he must call police now, or she would never stop. His call to 911 was fearful. He said she stalked him months, stole his things, and sat in his car. Sensing
That
danger,
was his
Hannah
car?
fled before police arrived, but her confidence failed.
That's what
She
I was
returned
just
20
thinking,
minutes later,
Axelot.
sure officers would ignore once knowing her. She was wrong. The officers put law above connections. When Westlake police questioned her in the parking lot, she played innocent victim. Using her teacher skills and soft voice, she claimed Ryan was still her boyfriend and it was just a small fight.
71 Henry Tomboy 8213 and Henry Mary George 8279.
He threatened you? That's fucked up. Whose car is
Hannah
this?
sitting in her red SUV, watching and waiting.
Oh, her?
Buick, Hannah Freeman, 27 out of Ridgeville, valid, so on.
Stay in the car.
I'm trying to find my keys to roll down the window.
Okay, what are you doing up here?
You don't. Who doesn't have their keys?
To my boyfriend's game.
Okay. Get your ID on you?
Yeah, let me find my keys.
Any weapons in the car?
That's 1171. I believe we have complaints at the window. Theft against that one.
Oh my God.
All right, let me know.
I don't know where my keys are.
Oh, you do?
Who's your boyfriend?
Ryan.
All right, don't reach around anymore. What's your name?
Hannah Freeman.
Hannah Freeman. Are you supposed to be up here? You are? Were you in his vehicle earlier?
Oh, shit.
No?
Well, we went to get dinner together, but
You guys, where'd you guys go get dinner at? King's?
Kings, yeah.
Raising Cane's? Which one? North Olmsted? Okay. Well, we got a complaint from him that you were in his vehicle tonight and you're harassing him and stalking him.
Look at her face.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
I
Did you
don't
take
know
some
what
items
to
from him
tell
last night?
you. Oh my God.
No? Okay. All right, where is he at right now?
He's coaching. His game starts at 4:45.
Oh my
What game
God,
is he
she's got
coaching?
a schedule. Oh, she's
Yeah,
crazy.
girls basketball.
7th grade? And the game doesn't start at 4:45 for 7th grade.
Well, 5:45. The 8th grade starts at 4:45.
Correct. Okay. All right. Why are you sitting in your car not in the game then?
Well, it's only 4:30, so it's gonna wait till it started.
Okay, were you working or something like that? Where do you work at?
I'm a teacher at North Ridgeville.
At North Ridgeville? Okay. Let me see if they get those complaints here. They want to sign.
She thinks she can get away with everything.
See if they got them.
Well, like I have text messages that have him like inviting me, so I don't.
Can I see them?
Like even last night, like I slept.
Oh,
over
she
his place,
made
so-
this shit. She made this shit. I can guarantee you guys that it's a
And what's his name
screenshot.
again?
We're engaged.
Oh my God. We're engaged. Oh, she's nuts.
Okay. Can you put your phone down and step out to my partner, please?
You'll
your
Cam's
phone in the
is
car.
like, I recognize this
Leave your phone in
one.
the car. Step out.
Ooh, 3 cop cars
Like that.
for the what's her phone?
Put your hands together like you're praying.
Where are your keys for the car?
Oh God, I think I just drank a little bleach.
Can you grab your phone down?
I think I rinsed my straw good enough.
Ma'am, what's your name? All right, Miss Freeman. Just so you know, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court. You have the right to consult an attorney.
Is
and
her
an attorney
father
present during your
still
questioning.
If you cannot
whatever
afford an
he
attorney, one
was.
can be provided you for questioning at no cost. Do you understand these rights? Once we get back, I don't have any questions for you. Step back over here to my car. Just step over here to my car.
You're not a child.
Miss, where's your ID?
I don't know. I can't find it.
Ma'am, stop. Right here. See this flashing red light?
Yeah.
That's the camera that's recording. Do you have anything on you that's sharp?
No, I don't. Can I please call my dad?
Yep. Give us a second. You're coming back to our jail. Once we get back to our jail,
Can I please call my dad?
No.
He's the chief at Bridgeville, and I
Yes.
just
We know who he is.
I don't want to make this a big deal.
Well, we're up here.
He invited me over here.
My hand, back my hand. All right, step back over here, back to my car, please.
He invited me over here.
All right, you have little wrists. Do me a favor. Do not slip all these stuff, okay?
Oh my God.
I'll put you back to our jail. Can you go to the other side?
Thank God I haven't been in trouble in so long that I don't even know when they put seatbelts in the back of the car.
No, we won't be calling him. You can when you get back to the jail.
Officers wrote this. She told them Ryan was her boyfriend. They just argued. She came to support him. But she couldn't name the game time. It didn't match. Her story fell apart. She claimed they had just had dinner together and that she had come to support him at the game. Ryan said no. He didn't invite her. She lied to officers, claimed dinner together.
And no
but
reason
no.
came.
Total contrast.
Oh, God.
Officers stayed professional. She stumbled on the game's start time, not matching the schedule. The key moment was finding stolen items in her car, like tools for control. Police found it in her car, laptops, wallet, meds, all Ryan's.
She had
them.
it in her
No
car.
hiding.
What an
Her
idiot.
plan cracked
I'm
there.
glad.
It was real evidence. Ryan's laptops,
Face
wallet,
tune.
and medications were there, threatening his health without them. Hannah saw her denial fail. She shifted to a seeming panic attack, but it looked planned.
Can you just go to the other side and hand me the seatbelt?
What did she think? Did she think that she was not going to get in trouble for this? I mean, she stole the laptops. She stole the medicine, right? And she's got it in her car. All she has to do is roll through a damn red stop sign. That's it. And if he's reported this over and over again, they might, you know, I wouldn't have that shit there. Oh, man.
Call him?
No, we won't be calling him. You can when you get back to the jail.
You don't know where the keys for your car are? How'd you get here?
It's like a remote start. Sometimes
Like they're somewhere in there?
Yeah,
In your purse or something like that?
I don't know.
You said it's just like a remote start. They should be in there somewhere. Anything else you need out of the
It
car?
has to be in the car. Otherwise, you put it in the
If he's looking for the keys, my phone also starts the car, so I don't always need the keys.
My phone starts the car, but
he also has some of my stuff. So
I
at what
have
point
to.
do I get that back? My credit cards.
I have to like restart it when I get to the
Officers saw
car,
it,
you know?
panic attack, but seemed planned. She begged to call Dad.
Daddy!
Real fear or act? Hard to tell.
Come talk to me.
Both.
So what's going on? Did you invite her here?
No.
Are you
Who's
sure?
that? Her daddy?
Yeah, she
Are you sure you didn't invite her here?
Yes, I never invited her to anything.
She said that you invited her here.
Yeah, I know. She probably would have said that. She actually yesterday
Who's
called
this
me to my
guy?
apartment, stole stuff out of my car.
Yeah.
Medications that I need, my car keys, which I was finally able to get back from her, a laptop, and my wallet. And she has run up a bunch of charges on one of my credit cards now.
What she did?
Yeah, and then because I did date her back in April we probably ended.
Oh my God, that's
She had new passwords to like my accounts and stuff.
Where did
How do people?
where did she rack up the charges at?
That was all from Amazon.
Oh, okay. Well, you never. What time did you go to bed last
Well,
night?
think about it, guys. How many of you go into your Amazon accounts and lock it, come out of it? I know I don't. So basically, is that how you start him? What a creep. She's smiling. Yeah. Let me see where. Oh, I'm just looking at your guys' comments, okay? I wasn't looking before. I was looking at the. If she couldn't have him, she can have camps. Okay, moving along. Yeah, like my car, I can start it with the phone, but when I get there, I have to have. I have to like press certain, and I believe I have to have the fob thing with me. So that can start it like from anywhere in the world, because you know how it is. Like, you don't want to leave your car unstarted if you were going on a long trip. You start it up for a while, whatever. Or I start it to warm it up, especially in this weather. So, but stealing yeah, that's diabolical. Absolutely. So when she goes into his phone, all she had to do is, she must have watched really well. Like, first of all, okay, so anybody that I've been with, he wouldn't know how to get into my phone, that I've been with since these smartphones, certain phones I've had, the Galaxies. But they wouldn't know how to get in to my phone. I know how to get into theirs though. And that's because they told me and they trust me. And I would never take someone's trust and do something disgusting like that. I also have his card, credit card info in a lot of my stuff. And I wouldn't ever do anything without asking, But, oh, hello, Mrs. Camps. She most certainly, I can't have camps. Okay. No, we don't want that to happen. Settle it down. We don't want that to happen. So when you go into your Amazon and you go to buy something, you bought something, you got your payment informations in there, right? So unless you are logged out, anybody that can get into your phone can get into your Amazon account and other things and buy off of your, pay your thing, your cards that they have on file, There was a famous one where a guy did what did he do? He hacked a guy big time. And he turns out that the guy worked for Wired magazine. And so he said, listen, if you just tell me how you did it, I won't press charges. So he found out how it was done. So he wrote an article on it. and Amazon changed something. Like what he did is he said, I need to change something on my payment. They didn't verify him. Like when you call now, they verify you. Yeah, they used to not verify or some crapola. So yeah, that's it. So what is this? Hubby and I have access to each other's phones and computer. We just don't look at it. Exactly. We share certain payment things too. Makes more than I do. Yeah, I mean, that's normal in life, you know. This woman is off the freaking chain, man. She is a Looney Tune. Oh God.
Because they came for
It's
you
a
to sign the
nightmare.
complaints, and you never answered the door.
Yeah, so I was probably asleep. I mean, I get up at 4 usually.
Oh, okay.
And he did say an hour, and I tried to wait like an hour and a half. And
Yeah, he said he was a little late. They got a little busy.
Yeah, so I was going to come up, and I would taught all day.
Right.
So I was going to come up right after this because I apparently need to sign something.
Yeah, they need to be signed because she's in custody.
Yeah, I mean, I've been going on for a while, and I've tried to not make it a big deal.
What?
Even today, the school resource officer took me out of class and stuff, and so I didn't want any of that stuff to happen. But it's just she won't stop. So.
They took him out of class.
All right,
Jesus.
so was she in your car again today?
Yeah, was she not right now?
No.
Okay, yeah, she.
Don't you lock your doors?
I'm telling you, I open it for a second, and she sprints in there and hops in.
And you know she's here, or you don't even know she's here when this all happens?
What is it? A lot of times, I'll be just driving down the street and randomly, like, I don't know where she is, she'll pull out, and now she's behind me all of a sudden. So I saw her following me in, but I had to run back out there, grab a bunch of stuff out of my car, my clipboard to write on, change of clothes, and I'm trying to, because I know what she's going to do, I'm trying to get to my keys to lock it quick enough, and she jumps in.
Driver's side or passenger side?
Driver's side.
Why
she was in her car red
the
SUV?
key?
Yeah, she was in her car in the driver's seat.
The lock button
when we
in
pulled
the
out.
car.
I mean, she showed up to practice one time, but yeah, she constantly showed up to these games. A lot of times I'd look up in the stands and see her.
Ooh, creep.
No idea.
And when did you guys break up? Or stop dating or whatever?
It'd probably be April.
So April?
Yeah.
And it's been going on this long, or is it random?
I would say it's progressively getting worse and worse, but it's kind of been going on the whole time, yeah.
Okay. Well, what time's your game?
I might. So it's at 5:45. I might have to do the scorebook at 4:45, or maybe.
Why don't you go to the station and sign those complaints now?
Yeah, I can get someone else to do it.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, he can do it. I don't know who he is.
She begged the officers to call her dad, Michael Freeman.
Tell me,
It was not
Daddy.
real help cry. It was trying to use her lifelong privilege. But officers stayed firm.
My phone.
In their area, a nearby chief's name meant nothing. Hannah's arrest shocked the community. A teacher and chief's daughter faced felony charges in jail. Investigation showed she stalked physically and ruined his online life with stolen passwords. She sent messages as him to turn friends and his new girlfriend against him. It aimed to isolate him totally. Real drama happened in court over months. Her
That's
defense
why she
by
said
attorney
I
Michael
have text
Kinlan
messages.
claimed emotional instability and misunderstood situation. But defense filed this, 85 pages, said they were still together, intimate, but evidence said no, breakup clear, contradiction big. They argued she was not dangerous, just loved too much.
When the hell
After
did she
negotiations,
sleep?
5
go
felonies
to
dropped
work.
to 3 misdemeanors. She avoided prison, getting probation, and service. She signed the deal and came to the July 2025 hearing confident. Court records show it. 5 felonies dropped to 3 misdemeanors. Plea deal, no big time. System bent, for some. In court, Hannah acted respectable. She read a lawyer-vetted apology, calling it a mistake in one night, ignoring 33 stalkings and months of pressure. She thanked for rehabilitation chance and planned normal life.
I regret the incident. I definitely acted out of emotion, and I regret that.
They need to put her on
I will take steps.
a billboard.
Move on from this incident, and you will not see me back here again.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Privileged, right.
Her attorney seemed satisfied. Judge said no. To plea withdrawal. No talk with him before. Bad practice. System needs rules. For fair sentences. But Judge David Mattia saw justice differently. He announced a sentence hitting her privilege. He said her actions were not a quick mistake, but ongoing terror. And later, the judge added this: 90 days house arrest, with GPS tracking, every move watched. She who stalked, now tracked. It would change her life. He sentenced her to 18 months probation, mandatory global positioning system monitoring.
Oh, they really changed that judge up.
We're done.
What the hell is she crying about? She's still got a good. Oh my God. I'm embarrassed for her. She is nuts. Pam was not kidding. What?
Yeah. Half a year ago. Did you make any effort to talk to me in the last 6 months about how I would sentence your client?
Yes.
No.
We did.
You did? When?
When I asked you to take her off GPS back in April.
Okay, and I did.
Yes.
But that wasn't about sentencing, was it? I just asked you, did you make any effort to talk to me about what sentence I would impose after you negotiated a plea deal with the state of Ohio?
No, we had.
Oh my God. Didn't I say before, you guys said Florida, and I said also I noticed Ohio.
Your bad practice is not my problem.
Judge ordered it. Mental health counseling. For healthy boundaries. She had to go. Face her issues. It would be hard, but necessary. Then the judge said the words that stunned everyone. You will serve the first 7 days in county jail, starting now. Officers, take her. What followed became known as the Hannah Freeman meltdown. The calm woman screamed in outrage, unable to believe the Golden Girl, police chief's daughter, went to jail. She begged her lawyer, glared at the judge, resisted handcuffs. Her screams continued as they led her out. It was the moment her privilege wall crumbled under real consequences. The case's effects went beyond personal. Hannah lost her teaching license, ending her career.
Sure.
School said this after. Her contract ended June 30th, 2025. She didn't return. Teaching gone. Her dream job lost. Forever changed. More importantly, the case became a powerful precedent. It showed that in the modern justice system, parental status or professional reputation cannot serve as permanent immunity. Experts noted this. Kids of chiefs get deals. System favors them. Public demands change. It happens too often. For Ryan, the verdict freed him. He proved he was the victim, despite her seeming fragile as a teacher. Ryan shared this after. The verdict helped.
I
felt
don't
safe.
understand.
Back to coaching.
What is
No
she?
shadows.
Hold on.
Healing started.
What the hell is she crying over? The fact that she was going to get what was it? 90 days on house arrest, and now because the judge got so mad that she was going to serve the first 7 in the county jail. She was like flipping out over 7 days. I'd be jumping up and down like, thank you. Unbelievable. For what she did? Oh my God.
It took time. This story shows obsession ignores gender or status. It hides behind smiles and degrees. Hannah learned in jail that law protects all, no matter relatives. Her case reminds justice catches those above it.
She ruined her life.
Left in handcuffs, facing ignored law. The
Can't
Hannah
have you
Freeman case
tab
also
with
sparked
GoFornet.
discussion
I'm
about
so
teacher
sorry.
safety and the mental health of educators. The school where she worked was forced to review its staff screening protocols. School reviewed protocols. After her arrest, screening tightened for mental health to
But
protect
how
kids.
would
System
they
failed
know?
before. Life in North Ridgeville changed, with people watching The Untouchable closer. Ryan's story inspired men to defend boundaries as strength. Hannah serves probation with strict global
Really?
positioning
That's
system
weird.
monitoring. Her steps, recorded
Excellent.
by the system
I
she
want to ask
exploited.
you a question.
The justice process in Hannah Freeman's case became a vivid demonstration of how a system that often protects the privileged can falter under the pressure of irrefutable evidence. When the case moved from police stations into the courtroom, a subtle legal chess match began. Understanding that the facts of stalking and theft were technically documented through GPS data and financial transactions, the defense focused on reframing the context. Attorney Michael Kinlan attempted to portray Hannah not as a criminal, but as a victim of emotional burnout and misunderstood love.
Oh,
Analysis showed
Jesus.
this. Attorney didn't consult judge. On sentence, it led to clash. System allows it. Needs fix. They argue that her relationship with Ryan had not truly ended in April, but was in a state of prolonged, conflict-driven closure, supposedly granting her certain rights to his property and attention. But the numbers told a different story. Investigators meticulously documented each of Hannah's 33 visits to Ryan's school.
33.
These were not visits by a woman seeking conversation. They were raids by a hunter. She studied his schedule, knew when he had practice and when he took lunch. She deliberately parked where he would see her in his rearview mirror every time he got into his car. This was real-world
God,
gaslighting,
she's
forcing the
nuts.
victim to doubt his own safety while technically staying within the law until a certain point. Hannah was convinced that as long as she did not use physical violence, she was operating in a gray zone where her police chief father could protect her. One of the most outrageous facts in the case file was Hannah's use of Ryan's financial resources.
That's what I was just about
After
to
stealing
say.
his wallet, she did not simply hide it. She methodically spent money from his cards. This was less about profit, she had her own income, and more about demonstrating absolute power. Every transaction alert that appeared on Ryan's phone carried a message. I am still here. I control your money, your time, and your peace. She even ordered items through his Amazon account and later planted them for him to find, creating the illusion that they were still living a shared life. When the day of the final hearing arrived in July of 2025, Hannah Freeman appeared in court in an image designed to elicit maximum sympathy. Modest clothing, hair pulled back, a quiet voice. Her attorney announced a plea deal under which 5 felony charges were replaced with 3 misdemeanors. It was a classic
I know I
golden
can at
parachute
least
strategy for the
stand in
children
my
of
walk-in
influential
closet
parents.
now. I could actually
Hannah was
walk
convinced
into
that
it.
after her formal apology, the judge would simply sign the papers and send her home, perhaps with a small fine. But Judge David Mattia proved to be old school, a man for whom justice was not a bargaining chip. As he began reading the sentence, the courtroom atmosphere shifted from boredom to tense anticipation.
I loved
Mattia
this.
noted that Hannah had shown no signs of genuine remorse. Judge noted no remorse. Her apology scripted, mechanical, but she said sorry. Big difference. What was real? Her statement was mechanical. She never once looked toward Ryan, who sat in the courtroom exhausted after months of stalking. The judge emphasized that the teaching profession carries higher moral obligations
But
Hannah
how
had
are they
cynically
going
trampled.
to
When the words about
weed
7 days of
out
actual incarceration and immediate custody were
that?
spoken,
How the
Hannah
hell would
Freeman
you know?
experienced what psychologists call a narcissistic collapse.
Oh,
Her
yeah.
world, built on the belief that she was special and untouchable, shattered in an instant. Her cries of,
Ooh,
"We
that
didn't agree
judge
to
went
this,"
off.
were not
Woo.
directed at the court, but at the very structure of reality, which had suddenly stopped obeying her. She looked at her attorney as if he were a traitor, unable to understand why his manipulations had failed to sway the judge.
I'm
The
dead.
week Hannah spent in county jail became a brutal confrontation with reality. After her release, she was placed under strict probation supervision. The GPS ankle monitor became a symbol of the control she had once tried to exert over Ryan. Now, every movement she made, every stop in a parking lot, every route was reviewed by a probation officer. Any attempt to approach Ryan's school or home would mean an immediate return behind
Please
bars
tell
for a
me
much
she
longer term.
didn't
The social consequences
do
for Hannah were
something
just
stupid
as
like
devastating. Her story went viral, and footage of her courtroom breakdown garnered millions of views. Later reports noted this. Court video went viral, millions viewed. She became
I
symbol.
bet Ryan loved it.
Toxic privilege, reputation ruined. She became the face of what modern society calls toxic privilege. The North Ridgeville School formally terminated her contract,
I bet.
and her master's degree lost all value. No educational institution wanted to associate with someone prone to stalking and manipulation.
Oh, she had
Her
a
father, Michael
master's
Freeman,
in
also came under
education
intense scrutiny.
too.
Articles said this
my
later.
God, you
Her dad
moron.
faced scrutiny. Public wanted checks. Did he cover for her? Questions grew.
Oh.
The court's verdict gave him not only physical safety, but psychological validation. His fears were finally recognized by the official system as a real threat, not as relationship drama. He was able to return to
Good.
coaching, knowing that Hannah would no longer be waiting for him
And
in the
he's a
shadows of a
teacher.
parking lot. This story ends not simply with a sentence, but with a shift in perspective. The Hannah Freeman case will
God,
forever
she's
serve as a
nuts.
reminder that the mask of the perfect woman or successful teacher can conceal a deeply destructive personality. It teaches us that stalking is not a sign of passion, but a form of violence that requires immediate intervention. Hannah, who once taught children about kindness and honesty, became the central
Okay.
lesson for an entire state.
Okay,
The law.
that. All right. So I wanted to ask before we end, I wanted to ask who was it? Axelot. So your phone is an Android and you have an iPad. My question is, are you able to hook everything up together? Like I have a Galaxy, phone, so it's Android, and I have a Galaxy, one of the Galaxy tablets, right? So like my calendars are matched, there's a lot of stuff matched up, like the notes, like in the notes app thing, blah blah blah. Are you able to do that when you have an Android phone and an iPad? Oh, see, I don't use Facebook. I got rid of all that stuff. I got rid of all of that. But Gmail I use. So that's basically it. You don't do like a lot of stuff on your iPad? Because a relative of mine does like a bunch of. Oh, okay. I got you. I just never understood why they had to have a different system. You know what I'm saying? Like their operating system always had to be different than every other company. Yeah, I figured a lot. That's what a lot of people do. Someone I know does drawing, and I don't really understand it, but whatever. I have no clue. I mean, I have a pen and all that, and I have one for my phone, and I'm telling you, I used it once in that post that where I let you know those were my classy gibbets for my Crocs. That's the only time I've ever used it. I just don't use it. I use it a little more on the tablet, but just to hit things. And also it's like a remote, like let's say I'm watching something on there, I can press the button on it and it's like having it paused. I made it into a remote for myself. Okay, you guys, thank you. Please hit the like button. Thank you for being here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Okay, have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming, really. Oh, I hear you, Axelot. Trust me, I hear you.